Nintendo released their long-awaited 20.0.0 update where they added a whole slew of different things, especially to the actual tabs here, which we haven't seen anything this significant in, I'd argue, ever with the Nintendo Switch. And the most prominent part was, of course, the virtual game cards. So I already made a video about this yesterday, but it was more so about like the icons and whatnot. But I kind of wanted to go through it once again and just kind of focus on the virtual game cards and maybe some other things as we move forward. But I want to show you guys what it's like to give a game card and load and whatnot, and just kind of go like an overview of this. So virtual game cards essentially allow you to use your digital games on other consoles and even lending them to a family member, which is kind of weird because I've got some people in my Family Pass that you have to eject a game, but I've got some people in my Family Pass that live long away, and one of these people is Hallie. Of course, you guys know Hallie. So let's say I wanted to give her Ticket to Ride. I lend the thing, and it'll go. However, you need to actually be in close proximity to the person in question. So I can't give Hallie any digital games at all because of this, and I don't really understand why. I guess maybe, I mean, the freaking system's not region locked, so it doesn't really matter in that regard. But just having that restriction is very confusing to me. So I actually want to try and lend one of my games to a different member, which is one of my alternate accounts, this guest account. So we're gonna try that. And now that the system is close, I actually have my old Switch, my OG one, and I'm gonna put that into my dock right now. It should output the footage or to the actual feed to it right now. So this is my OG Switch. You'll be able to tell based on the bars right here, but it also now has the update. So if I go to the virtual game card selection, I can go to the guest account, and it should allow me to give away the game. I've never done this before, but I don't know how I got Hulu on here. I'm Canadian, but yeah, it should be giving me Ticket to Ride right now. We'll see. There we go. Borrow game cards. So I go here and then boom. So there we go. It shows the system here. I've got the white Joy-Cons selected with my normal Switch right now, so that's why it's got that on there. But bring the systems close. Okay. Let's see how this works. Problem has occurred. Okay, so I guess something happened. I don't know. But essentially, this is how it works. It doesn't... Oh, we're linking systems. Oh, I need to actually... Okay, I'm using a wired connection. That's probably why. Ugh. Anyways, so you actually have to have your system close in proximity to the Nintendo Switch in question, which is kind of stupid, especially if you've got people remotely that you want to share games with. And it's just strange. It's strange how Nintendo's done this. I'm kind of mixed on this whole update thing because it just seems weird, right? Like, it seems like all you had to do before was just give the other Switch your account. And I don't know if that works still. I mean, obviously, you're going to have to load in the game. But we'll try. Maybe I'll make a follow-up video to this one where it actually shows all of that. But I also kind of wanted to see what it's like playing a game like, let's say, let's open Minecraft. Let's load Minecraft on here. And I'll try and open it on my original Switch. So you actually have to go through this whole menu every time you want to play a physical game. And I just feel like, just given some like first impressions and whatnot, like I feel like this is going to be a mess. This is very, like, look how long it took to load. Like, I'm loading this game from my other Switch, putting it onto this one, and it's just going to take 11 years. Not like playing Minecraft on here is going to be any important. What does this even mean? What does this mean, bro? Okay, so you actually have to have your other console online to play the other thing. Like, what the frick is this? So I can't even play the game. So if my console isn't online, Okay, well, there you go. So now it is online. So if my other console isn't online, I cannot play my digital games that I previously could play on both consoles. Let's try and do Mario Party Jamboree. What if my console is completely... Wait, hold up. What if my console is completely powered off? I'm going to power off my other Switch, and we're going to see if I can actually... Because this card is not loaded in on my Switch right now. And this is a digital game. We got Jamboree digitally. So if I... Okay, the Switch is completely off now. So if my old Switch with the game loaded in is completely off, no internet access at all, am I able to put it into this one? Load on system. It should. Offline. So, oh no. Oh no, Nintendo. Okay, so I'm going to turn on my other system. We're going to turn this one on, and we are going to try and load it in that way. So you need to have, if you have two systems, you need to actually have both of them connected to internet at all times. This is without a doubt. This is what I've been kind of theorizing ever since the announcement in my head, was Nintendo is trying to get rid of like a loophole. So let's say you're trying to play a game that you paid for once on two different consoles. This eliminates that completely, because you now, physical games now need to be played on, or now need to be loaded onto your frickin' console. I've got the card in the thing. So now that the consoles, I got my other console on. Yep. There we go. So I'm very mixed on this. I gotta be real. I'm very mixed on this. I want to know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. But this just seems very, what's the word? Ridiculous and redundant in a way, especially considering if I want to, I can send, I can't even send games to other people across the world that are in my family pass or across my friends list. This would be a much more consumer friendly thing if you could do that. And given that this update is definitely preparing for the Switch 2, you're not gonna be able to do any of this. It doesn't make any sense. The only positive that I've seen is that you can send downloadable content to other people. Let's say I wanted to send this downloadable content. I have to eject my virtual game card. What the hell is this update, bro? Okay, so let's send it to my guest account. Let's send it to my guest account. For God's sake. You gotta open both things on the... I really don't like this update, bro. I don't know. It's just weird. Let me put this... I don't think this is gonna work, actually, now that I think about it. Because now the console is completely on the TV. Okay, so I can borrow virtual game card. Let me connect the controllers and whatnot. Borrow game card. All right. Bring the systems close. I am actually gonna lose my mind. I guess you have to do it in handheld mode for both. So if you lose if you have two different systems. I'm just gonna put it that way. If you have two different systems, you lose. Sorry, you're cooked. But yeah, I am not enjoying this update. I think what it was before was infinitely better than what Nintendo has come up with now. And this is absolutely 100,000% a way for them to circumvent piracy or any sort of like games that are being played on different consoles. I don't know if this impacts digital games, but it just doesn't make any sense. Like, what if I wanted to play SNES? Do I actually have to go through their thing? Let's see. Okay, no, I don't, thankfully. But people that own physical games, everything is now a physical game, except, like, applications. Would YouTube be a physical game, in their opinion? Why is YouTube a physical game? Do I have to load YouTube on what? Oh, Nintendo. Okay, one thing that we did not cover in the original video for this is the fact that down here at the very bottom, I believe there is an option to transfer to Nintendo Switch 2 once that comes out. There you go. So, system transfer to Nintendo Switch 2. Let's just see what it's like to press this, even though I don't have my Switch 2 yet. Okay, so obviously I will do this once the Switch 2 is here. Let's press I don't have Switch 2 yet. What happens? Apparently, you can also back your save data to the Switch temporarily to the cloud on Switch, and then transfer it to Switch 2 if you plan on selling your original Switch. So we're just gonna see what happens here. It's just this entire thing has been an absolute mess. Okay, will be uploaded to the server. So basically, I'm not gonna do this right now because I'm not selling anything. But basically, this system will upload all of your like data and whatnot to a cloud server, and you will get a fixed time to download it on your Nintendo Switch 2. So this is, this is pretty W. I don't know if you need a Switch Online subscription to do this, but it's interesting. It's very interesting. If I press done, what happens when you try and send it to Switch 2? I don't think it lets you. I would be very surprised if it actually let you. Yes, this update was very much to kind of gear up for the Switch 2 and whatnot, because that's happening in a little over a month now. Save data following software will be removed from the system and transferred to the Switch 2. So yeah, all of your data on games like Pokemon Legends, Arceus, Fortnite, Uno, Splatoon, Minecraft Nintendo Switch Edition is compatible with Switch 2. That is very interesting. Animal Crossing, all of that. So make sure that you really want to play Switch games on your Switch 2. Yeah, we're just going to go as far as... Yeah, okay, so this is where it dies. So, yeah, I will probably make a video of me transferring my data for my Switch over to my Switch 2. But overall, very interesting. It's a very interesting thing here with Nintendo's new update. I think if you're trying to play Switch 1 games on Switch 2, it doesn't actually... It's sort of like a virtual emulator thingy. I don't really know if I've just said anything right there, but... it's not like playing the games natively on a console, so I would almost hold off once you get your Switch 2 to transfer over. Wait like maybe a few days for the Switch 2 to kind of be tested with Switch 1 games. I will be making videos on that, so if you want to see Switch 1 games on Switch 2, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and join the Discord. There's a link in the description for that. But yeah, if you enjoyed, make sure you do everything I just said. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Peace out, everybody.